Use your chest. Use your seat.
Jolly good. Go, JT.
Seat.
Just a name. How was he?
Well, had a following wind, of course.
Charlie.
Not bad.
Good enough?
I suppose if we point him in the right direction, tell him to stick to the watery bits, might be right. Providing he suffers no extracurricular distractions.
Hot stuff, huh?
If you can win for the college, it'll be very good for the master. How's the academic side going?
I got to a lecture,
Good.
but it was the wrong lecture.
Have you done this week's essay?
Almost.
How almost?
I almost read the question.
Bring it to me this afternoon. Come on.
What did she have to say?
Oh, you know. Just how much you want to have my babies. Usual stuff.
Usual stuff.
Yeah. Don't you get sick of it? Get you later, Chuck.
My name is Charlie, right?
Charlie. Right, Charlie. Gotcha.
Lovely item, lady.
I'd get further on a sewing machine.
Previously owned by a Duchess.
I am not an American tourist. I want a functional mode of transport, not something to show the folks back home. How much?
Well, in the interest of hands across the ocean unity, and because there's an economic recession going on, and you are obviously a lady of great...
How much?
80 quid.
80?
60 then. Last offer.
Morning, Ned.
Oh, Professor Latimer, didn't see you there. I am just offering this wonderful machine for a mere 40 quid. But, seeing as how she's a friend of yours, 35. 30. With a 3-week guarantee. And you can have one of me kidneys and all.
You sure you know what you're doing?
Sure. It's like riding a bike. You never, you know.
All right. Where you go? Nancy! Wrong side of the road. St. Muds, please. And don't go the same way as that woman on the bike.
Oh, God. Protest season again.
Professor Latimer, are you with us?
Of course.
Great.
Without you, I wouldn't have a job.
What's happening?
They appear to have put up the rents.
So what? You can't buck the market. Even students have to pay their way.
Right.
Capitalism works, Ronald Reagan told me.
Of course, these rent increases will be right across the board.
What does that mean?
Yours and mine will go up as well.
Fair rent! Right now! Come on, Simon, join in. This is a serious matter of principle here. These poor students have obviously been cruelly exploited. Fair rent! Right now!
Master? Master, there's a riot out in the court. They're beginning to throw things.
Lucy, I'm doing a Drake.
Master, this is no time to imitate ducks.
Francis Drake, you dim child. If he could play bowls when the Armada was banging up the channel, the least I can do is rattle through the odd nocturne as the hordes clamour at the gates.
But what are you going to do?
Take decisive action, of course.
What?
Do nothing. Decisively. Indulge in my usual masterly inactivity. They'll eventually get bored and go away. What are they on about anyway? Is it the Vietnam War again?
No, Master, the Vietnam War is finished now.
Oh, good, good. Who won?
I'm not sure. I was only 2 at the time. It's a protest against rent increases.
No, it's very sad, but they must accept that these days rising prices are the only stable thing in our lives.
It includes staff apartments as well, Master.
Yeah, what? Mine too?
A rumour has it that you are on the staff, Master.
Bloody hell, out of my head.
When do we want them? Right now. What do we want?
Fair rents. When do we want them? Right now. What do we want? Fair rents. When do we want them? Right now. What do we want? Fair rents. When do we want them? Right now. Oh, hello, everybody. And lovely to see you all here today on St. Simon and St. Jude's Day. You didn't know that, did you? Well, that's all right. You're undergraduates. You're expected to be pig ignorant. Now, what's the problem?
We want fair rents.
Me too. Bastards put mine up as well.
But you run the place.
No, I'm merely a figurehead, a puppet dictator, in bed with the CIA.
So who should we be talking to?
Which department sent that perfidious missive?
The bursar's department.
Say no more. Go string up the bursar, with my blessing.
Oh, my God. I'm the assistant bursar.
It could be tricky. Even undergraduates can sometimes put 2 and 2 together. Bye.
Where are you going?
I can't be seen to be consorting with the enemy. I've got a lecture.
You wimp.
You bet.
Who do we want? The bursar. What do we want? Fair rent. Who do we want? The bursar.
Whoa. What's going on, guys?
We're going to confront the bursar about the rent increases.
My mom's the bursar. Assistant bursar, that is. New to the job. Very new. Doesn't even know what she's doing. What's she done?
Are you with us over this?
Sure, I pay rent.
Jakey, I think you and I should have a wee chat. Okay, we'll break now for coffee and lateral thinking. Jakey, how's your essay going?
Oh, great. I got my name right. I got the pages numbered.
College lodging regulations. No student may slaughter a pig or sheep in his rooms. Well, that's nice to know. No student will have a woman of the town in his rooms after evensong. No Catholics? No Catholics? When was this written? 1743?
Good morning, Mrs. Belasco.
Oh, Basil, thank God you are here. We have a crisis.
Do we indeed? How fascinating. And what is today's crisis?
The rent increases. There are hundreds of students out there.
I know. It's terrible, isn't it? You know, this university would run so much more smoothly without all those hundreds of students. I have put this argument forward many times, but the teaching staff fear that without students, they would become redundant themselves. Which wouldn't worry me. Good riddance, I say. But unfortunately, I'm always overruled by my fellow bursars who believe that without students and teachers, we in turn might become redundant. In fact, the whole university might become superfluous to requirements and be dismantled brick by brick and shipped over to your rather dubious country and be reassembled as oldie, gothicy, hamburgery, jointy...
Basil!
Please don't shout! I'm not in the next valley.
Would you mind returning to this time zone and explaining to me what these rent increases are all about?
It is a necessary economy, Mrs. Belasco.
Okay, just explain it to me in simple terms, without sarcasm or hysteria or quotations from Jude the Obscure. You have 1 minute. Go.
It is quite simple, even for an American. Falling interest rates means falling income from our investments. But costs continue to rise. So what do? Do we lay people off?
Lay people off? Like who?
Like you?
Like hell?
Precisely. So we cast around and we see that college rents haven't been increased for 3 years, so that's where we decide to make up our income.
What does the master say about this?
Well, he told me that in 1534, William Cecil came here, studied every day from 4 a.m., was Lord Chancellor for nearly 50 years, despite the onset of premature gout and piles.
Basil, what is the connection with the rent increases?
That is something I have yet to ascertain.
But the kids don't like it. They can't afford it. They are out there and they are looking very ugly.
They usually do.
You could be in for a rough time.
I don't think so. Mrs. Velasco, I am very pleased with your work here.
But you're always trying to get me fired.
So, now I am promoting you.
Really?
Yes. As of this minute, you are now promoted to position of domestic bursar.
Oh. Oh, I think I hear the first Scud missile of spring. What does that mean?
As domestic bursar, the rent increases are now your responsibility.
Hey, forget it. Where are you going?
Stuttgart, a convention of culinary hobbyists. We meet every year to compare our black puddings. Their ingredients, taste, subtlety of curvature. I'm sure you'll have everything under control by the time I return. Otherwise, you'll have failed in your job, and we'll have to let you go. Tush, tush. And what a tragedy that would be. I bid you good day, Mrs. Velasco.
Oh, Basil.
The art of criticism began around 1700 with Richard Bentley, master of Trinity. He introduced the concept of minute criticism.
He was a bloody-minded old sod. He took his criticism into all aspects of his life, once referring to a colleague as a drudge, an insect, a maggot, and a cabbage head. The question we must face today is criticism destructive of literature or a manifold advance towards truth and accuracy? Let us take a look at Zacharias Conrad von Offenbach.
Could I have a word?
Give you a lecture. Go away. Von Offenbach stated that Cambridge was an idle, argumentative, amateur, complacent, and drink-sodden community. So what's new, you may ask? Questions so far? Yes.
I have a question.
What?
How do you feel about these new run increases for students?
Dear undergraduates, before you lynch me, before you burn me at the stake, I want you to remember the words of your own Lord Byron. Hi, Simon. How you doing?
How could you do that?
Did I do wrong, sir?
My lecture. You ruined my lecture.
I only wanted to ask a question, open a little debate. I didn't know they were going to go ape and wreck the joint.
I was in mid-flow. I was doing what I'm supposed to be doing in this life. My lectures are known for their wit, erudition, and somewhat effete but effective style.
Style, schmile. How can you gas on about 17th century critics when all the kids in front of you are starving and about to be thrown out into the street? How can you?
With considerable ease, actually. Poverty and starvation are essential ingredients of student life. Frankly, I don't think there's enough of it. I think we should cut bits off them as well, just so that they know what real pain is.
You're a maniac.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Thank you. Students are not starving waifs. They have a perfectly legitimate gripe which will resolve itself in due course without ruining my lectures.
What about my life and limbs?
Yeah, well, what about them?
Yeah, you won't believe this. Basil has gone out of town and left me holding the rent baby. Yeah, now I'm going to be the Wicked Witch of the West.
Well, that's simple enough. Just cancel the increases.
No, I can't. Then there won't be enough money, and some people will have to be laid off.
Yeah, which people?
Staff.
Well, not teaching staff. Not me.
Well, someone's got to go.
Oh, my God, that's terrible.
Oh, Simon, don't tell me you're going to land your well-tailored buttocks on the horns of a moral dilemma and be thrown out on your ear.
Nancy, please don't mix your metaphors in front of me. It palls every fibre of my being.
Yeah, sorry.
Anyway, they can't sack the teaching staff. I mean, that's the whole point of this place, teaching, isn't it?
Well, someone's got to go.
Yeah, I mean, ancillary staff, porters, cleaners, you.
Oh, yeah. Throw the little people to the lions, is it? Abandon the poor and underprivileged.
Don't give me that bleeding heart, cobblers. You're just trying to save your job.
Damn right. So will you help me out with this one?
Look, since you dropped out of the sky, I have helped you to get a job. I've connived with you to keep your boneheaded son here. I've even tried to get you a pay rise.
But failed.
Yeah, and how do you repay me? You wreck my lectures and frighten the life out of me by suggesting my job's in danger.
I'm sorry. I've always been devious. It's habit, I guess. But obviously this is a time for honest, straight talking. Simon, I appeal to you. Will you help me out with this one, please?
No. What can I say when you put it like that, eh? What can I say but no?
What?
From now on, I go back to being what I've always been, a quiet, self-contained man of learning who has absolutely no personal commitments.
I don't believe this.
Yeah, good luck with the howling mob, and no doubt we'll see your head on the city gates. Trumpet.
Oh, dear students, could we talk about non-violent protest?
Happy talk, keep talking, happy talk. Talk about things you like to do.
Hi, babe. It's me, Jake. Mr. Faded Tan. Hello? Lucy? Lucy?
Ah! What are you doing?
Don't shut him right here.
Sorry. Always put the earplugs in when he gets onto South Pacific.
Why don't you just shut the door?
I can't do that. Might hear him yelling at me.
Making order. Lucy!
See? Yes, Master?
Who's out there? If it's that miserable poxy Basil Quinn, tell him to go to hell. I'm not paying any more for my rooms.
No, Master, it's Jake Belasco.
Oh, yeah, jerk. Jerk, my dear fellow. I hear you're our great white hope for the bumps.
Yes, sir.
Are you into Silver's Academe, Quarere Verum?
You speak Californian?
Are you seeking for truth in the groves of Academe, Horace?
It's Jake, sir.
It's Horace.
No, sir, I checked inside my shirt collar this morning. It's definitely Jake.
Yeah, will you explain to me?
He means, how's the work going?
Oh, fine. Great. Hey, this week's essay is going to be wonderful.
Oh,
Thank
good.
you.
Good, good. Well, back to Valley High. I'm going to wash that man right out of my hair.
Well, let's get on with your essay.
Oh, no, it's okay. It's being done.
What? Who by?
Jill McSweeney.
That dreadful Glaswegian creature?
Hey, she's real kind.
But I thought I was supposed to be helping you.
Yeah, well, she offered me a deal. She'll do my essay if I do her a little favor.
Do her a little favor? Is that what they call it in California? Get out, you barbarian!
I'm not a barbarian. I was a Bruin.
Out!
What did I do?
I hope you and your slut are very happy.
Are we on for Saturday night?
Out! Okay, hold it.
Now, which is the Lady McBloodybeth's room? Right. She's got 5 minutes.
I can't understand it. I ask her for a date and she throws a door at my head.
My poor baby.
Maybe the women in this country have strange mating rituals.
Sweetheart, all women have strange mating rituals.
Why'd she go mad?
Well, no woman likes to hear a man mention another woman in a kindly light unless that woman is his mother or unless she's dead, preferably both.
All I said was I was going to get Jill to do my essay in return for which I get you to drop the rent increase.
Oh, I see. You did what?
It seemed fair. I'm sure it wasn't really you that put the rent up. In fact, I got quite angry when she called you a traitor to your sex.
Oh, baby, you're so loyal, but what if I can't drop it?
Let's hit it.
Hey, what time is it?
It's 3 o'clock.
Oh, my God.
Who do we hate? Nancy, Nancy. What do we want? Fair rent. Who do we hate? What do we want?
Sorry, Mom. I was supposed to get you to fix this rent thing by 3 or they'd go ape again.
I don't believe it. I'm used to being hated by people that know me, but these are strangers. I can't handle this. I need my analyst. What am I going to do?
Just tell them it's off.
No, I can't do that. If the rents don't go up, then some poor, miserable people will be thrown out into the streets. I know. I am those poor, miserable people.
Jill also said that if you didn't cancel the rent rises, then they'd go and trash the bursar's office.
Oh, she sounds like a sweet girl. You must ask her around for milk and cookies. Your mommy will put a rope around her little neck. How long before they destroy my office?
About 10 minutes.
Oh, God, well, there's only one thing for it. I'm gonna go out there, and I'm gonna face the mob. If a shot rings out and I fall with a crimson stain on my breast, make sure you pull my hem down. There's nothing worse than a corpse with a panty line.
Just a handful of students.
You weren't in Paris in '68.
Neither were you, Mom. You were in Aspen.
Well, even great social reformers have to ski sometime.
Nancy, I've had a brilliant idea.
I do not wish to talk to you.
No, listen.
Simon, go away.
But look, there's a howling mob out there. They want blood. It was the same last year. They wanted longer library hours. 3 fine young dons torn limb from limb.
You're having me on.
For your safety.
Well, what is that to you?
I told you, I've had a brilliant idea, and it's so good I can't keep it to myself.
Forget it. I don't need you. This is my time now. This is my time to face myself in crisis, to know which side of the fence I stand, to take up arms against a sea of troubles when all about are losing theirs. This is a far, far better thing that I do now than I have ever done before.
Shakespeare, Kipling, and Dickens all in one sentence with no sign of a quarrel. Congratulations.
Out of my way.
What are you going to tell them?
Well, I don't know. What did Joan of Arc say when they lit the faggots beneath her?
Gay rights now.
Look, what if you had some good news for them?
Forget it. I am in full kamikaze mode. Pearl Harbor. Here I come. Excuse me.
Okay.
I am going out there.
Yeah.
And don't you try and stop me.
You carry on.
This is something I've got to do.
Right, absolutely. I'll be proud to have known you.
Maybe I should change my clothes. I don't feel this is really a lynching type outfit.
Looks perfectly all right to me.
Oh, what do you know about clothes?
Look, are you going to go out there, or do you want to hear my good
I do not
idea?
wish to take anything from a man I despise.
Suit yourself.
Mom, will you listen to him just for my sake? I kind of need you, you know, in one piece. Being an orphan is just so sort of Waltons.
Oh, okay, for Jake then. Let's hear it.
Right. Jake, go down and then tell him we'll be there in a few minutes. We have to sort something out with the master. Come on, Nancy.
Oh.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Where's your mother? Because we want to chop her up and send her home. In matchboxes.
You finished my essay yet?
I have.
Oh, great.
So where's the sacrifice?
Mom will be right out. Meanwhile, if you'd like to have some coffee in our hospitality tent, we'd be much obliged. If you could remain a little patient. Do have a nice day.
There is nothing like a dame, nothing in the world. There is nothing you can name that is anything like her game.
Simon Latimer, Mrs. Velasco, to see you, Master.
Oh, hello. Don't you love South Pacific?
Sir Dickie, we have a little problem.
What, a sexual problem?
No, Master, the students are about to riot.
Yeah, so I gather. It's just like old times. I used to riot right along with them in the 60s. What do we want? More claret. When do we want it? With lunch. We were always revolting.
Sir Dickie, would you concentrate, please? The students are writing about the rent increases.
Me too. They're going to put up my rent 27 bushels of wheat a year. I think we should storm the Senate and string up a couple of Odines.
Yeah, well, we think we might have a simpler plan, Master. It has to do with the conference trade.
The conference trade?
Yes, as I'm sure you're aware, we have a lot of conferences here in the long back.
Oh, you mean all those little foreign chaps that scuttle around?
I mean our respected fellow members of the world community. Yeah, foreigners.
I'm not sure I fully comprehend.
Sir Dickie, if you form a company whose assets are the college residential buildings, you float it on the stock exchange, you raise a few million, you invest it in gilts, the assets accrued will subsidize the student rents.
Yeah, it was my idea.
Yeah, so what do you say, Sir Dickie?
Well, it's quite simple. I mean, in 1370, the stink around here was so great that Trinity Lane was known as Pisspot Lane. And that led to the first urban sanitary act of 1388. Yeah, I think that says it all, doesn't it?
Yeah, right, so Nancy can set the thing in motion.
Didn't I just say that? Happy talk, keep talking, happy talk.
There we are, you see. I told you so.
Oh, Simon, you're the jam in my jelly roll.
If you can have a dream, then I can have a dream. With all the dreams.
Of course, some may say that this deliberate exploitation of the business expansion scheme could be seen as a complex variation on an old tax avoidance scam, whereby you sell something off but keep control of it and its assets. and there may be a problem with security of tenure. However, if you look closely at Section 4 of the Assured Tenancy Act, you will see that you really have no need to worry. Is that clear?
Mrs. Velasco, are we going to have to pay more rents?
Well, there's a simple answer to that.
What is it?
No, you are not going to have to pay more rent. I have fixed everything. I am wonderful.
Are they going to lynch her?
No, Basil. But one of these days, keep your fingers crossed.
There'll be honey for tea again in 2 weeks' time, and a special meal for Detective Crab, Pie in the Sky, in a couple of minutes on BBC One.